Waverly Hills Sanatorium, the hospital that became a haunting, hidden among the trees on the outskirts of Louisville, Kentucky, stands a massive relic of suffering and silence. Its walls once echoed with the gasps of dying patients, and now with something else entirely. This is Waverly Hills Sanatorium, once a beacon of hope against a deadly disease. Now one of the most haunted places in America. But what really happened inside these halls? And why do so many believe that the dead never truly left? The birth of a sanatorium. At the dawn of the 20th century, America faced a silent killer, tuberculosis or the White Plague. There was no cure, only isolation, rest, and clean air. Louisville's high humidity made the outbreak catastrophic, and soon, the city needed a place to contain and hopefully heal its victims. In 1910, a small two-story hospital opened atop Waverly Hill, a place designed to treat just 40 patients. But the epidemic spread faster than anyone expected. By 1926, Waverly Hills Sanatorium expanded into a 5-story, 400-bed fortress, complete with its own farm, post office, and even water treatment plant. It was a world within a world, a place where the sick were separated from the living. Many never came out alive. Life and death inside. Life at Waverly Hills was a mixture of science and despair. Doctors prescribed sunlight, rest, and exposure to cold air, even in winter. For some, it worked. For others, it was torture. When patients' lungs filled with fluid, doctors resorted to radical surgeries, collapsing a lung, removing ribs, or inserting balloons into the chest cavity. Desperation disguised as medicine. And when death came, as it did for thousands, bodies were quietly taken down a long, sloping tunnel beneath the hospital. They called it the body chute or death tunnel. It allowed staff to remove corpses without alarming the living. Some claim over 60,000 souls perished here, though historians suggest closer to 8,000. Still, the grief was immeasurable. From healing to haunting, by the 1960s, antibiotics made tuberculosis treatable, and Waverly's purpose vanished. The sanatorium closed its doors in 1961, only to reopen a year later as the Woodhaven Geriatric Center, a nursing home for the elderly and mentally ill. But reports of mistreatment and neglect soon surfaced, and by the 1980s, it too was shut down. For years, the building sat empty, a decaying monument to suffering. Explorers whispered about strange noises, shadows in the halls, and whispers echoing through the night. Waverly Hills was reborn, not as a hospital, but as a haunting. Legends and ghosts. Those who dare to enter speak of the creeper, a dark, crawling shadow said to haunt the upper floors. Others claim to hear laughter from room 502, where a nurse reportedly took her own life after discovering she was infected. Visitors tell of disembodied footsteps, hospital beds that move on their own, and cold spots that defy reason. Today, Waverly Hills is one of the most investigated haunted locations in the world, featured on countless shows like Ghost Adventures, Destination Fear, and Scariest Places on Earth. Even skeptics admit, something here feels alive. Why we remember. Maybe the ghosts of Waverly Hills aren't angry spirits at all. Maybe they're memories, echoes of those who suffered and hoped within these walls. Every peeling brick, every whispering hallway, tells the story of humanity's battle against an invisible killer. From hospital to haunting, Waverly Hills reminds us that some places never die. They simply remember. Would you spend a night here? Tell us in the comments below. And if you want more stories where history meets the supernatural, don't forget to subscribe to EchoVerse. Because the past is never truly gone. It's just waiting to be heard again.